So, welcome back to the 2011 Women's Masters live from Basel, Switzerland. It's the second event of the Curling Champions Tour 2011, and we are in the final here. You see, that's the first rock play by the Yellow Rocks. So, that's Team Switzerland around Skip Miramot fighting against Margarita Sigfridsson from Sweden. They are fighting for a total winning purse of total 10,000 Swiss francs, so that's quite a lot. I am joined today once again by Roger Golka. Nice to have you here, Roger.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. Okay. So you're looking forward to that final a bit? Gonna be a good game?
It will most probably be a good game. We have some quite known teams here. For example, the Swedish team are the current European champions.
Yes.
And I think Miramot doesn't need any introduction. She's been around long enough.
Yeah. No, we've got a really world-class game again there. Just like before against China, two teams who are always around the top in the international competitions. The Swedish winning the Europeans, and the Swiss won bronze, I think, last year.
Exactly, they won bronze.
They won bronze.
So that's gonna be a Swiss lead. Janine Greiner here.
Yes. Trying to get Miriam out a good start in this end there.
We both commentated the semifinal, and both teams were struggling with the weight there a bit.
Yeah, we'll see how this time they're going to manage. Maybe a bit of fatigue, ice conditions changing. There, we usually saw teams overthrowing the rocks, so the rocks going too fast. That was especially when the Chinese skip was too fast on her draw to the button and got a two-stolen to her. That was the key shot at the game.
And after the game, I had the chance to talk with Carmen Schaffer about the ice conditions, and she said they had split times up to 4.20 seconds from the back line to the hog line, so that's really keen and fast ice.
Yeah. Oh, and the first miss. Well, miss.
Well, you can call it a miss.
Well, she got the guard away. But now Miriamot's got an occasion to split the house and get two shots in the house and get her first right off the bat, get it two. So we'll see how they can manage that.
Miramot having last stone advantage here. She did a little bit better in the last stone draw than Margarita Sigfridsson. Therefore, she's looking to score 2 points in this first end of the final here.
Yes, as we know, it's always good when you have last strike. You have to score 2, leave 1, score 2, leave 1. Then you win all your games 8-4. That works fine. But there, maybe she leaves. It's hard to make a double now because that red there behind, that's behind T-line again. Last game we were always talking about the problem of having rocks behind T-line. There you can see a good example. It's hard, or maybe impossible to get the double there on the two yellows because that red is here blocking the yellow.
The second yellow one is most probably going to jam onto that red.
So that's why she's just trying to hit and roll in front of the yellow. Very important to try and force the Swiss team to have the most difficult shot to play. Hope for a slight mistake maybe, and so that they can avoid getting two taken on them.
And the sweepers were just able to keep that one on track, avoid the jam in the back.
Yeah. Well, Miramot still has her 2 going on now. She just has to hit and stay, and so on, hoping that the Swedes don't do a double, or that they don't hit and roll in front, which will make their life much more complicated. So we'll see. Now it's Carmen Kung playing.
This one looking really straightforward, absolutely no problem. And a nice angle there. That is one tough double, almost impossible. And that's why Margarita Sigfridsson is once again calling just for a hit and roll in front of those two yellow rocks, the yellow one and the red one, which provide a backing, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, just try. Got it. Looks like it has to curl still a little bit. This rock looks not too bad. Yeah, hard. This is a very nice shot. Just did not roll enough, but it's already good. They have to be careful there to hit it correctly, not leave a double. Not roll out.
Exactly.
Two is still there, but it's getting slightly more complicated.
So we see a pretty defensive first end here, without any guards in play.
But the chance to score two. So we'll see how both teams are going to manage that.
Carmen Schaffer with her first rock in this first end.
Yeah, lots of sweeping for that rock. Oh, good shot.
Once again, tremendous work by the sweepers there.
Yeah. And Margaret Ott-Sigfridsson, who could maybe try for double, but if she doesn't get the double right, then Miriamot can split the house for good. And that's going to complicate the Swedish stacks to try and avoid the two. Maybe hit and stay on the nose would be a pretty good idea.
I think so too, yeah.
Depending if she feels the double, that's also a good shot. If she makes it, then the two is avoided. It's going to be a blanked end because, ooh. All right, don't
Swedish
fall.
third
Don't
with
fall.
a little problem there.
Yeah, make sure you stay on your feet.
And she manages to do so.
There we go. Oh, doesn't look that much happy with that shot, indeed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that one either. No, that's exactly what you were talking about. That's the perfect possibility for Miriamont to split the house completely and make it as hard as possible for the Swedish to take both yellow rocks out of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So just an easy draw on the side, split the house, make them a difficult time to get a double. For now on, Miriamot's team starting this game much better than their Swedish opponents.
Nice way by Carmen Schaffer here.
Perfect T-line, no double.
No
Great
double
shot.
at all. That's a 45-degree angle. That's exactly the one you're looking for when you want to avoid a double takeout.
Yep. So, Maria Pritz playing fourth for the Swedish team is going to try and hit and roll in front of the yellow once again to try and save the day.
Maria Pritz being an experienced player, she already won the bronze medal at the Junior Worlds in 1994. Swedish third Maria Pritz looking for a hit and roll here.
Oh, big weight there from Maria Pritz, but just didn't get the roll the way she wanted. And now Miriamot just has to play the hit and stay. She can even roll a little bit to the left there. You can see on the image to split the house just a little bit more. Make the double impossible. And get her two.
So everything is going after her plan here in Basel 2011. Miriamot looking to score two in this end.
Yep.
Having last rock advantage.
Mm-hmm. And there she is playing her first rock. A lot of experience, Miriamot. Miriam Ott, who has been on the curling scene since 1996 already. This is 15 years of international competition. This is quite a lot.
This is quite a lot,
It's
yeah,
quite a lot.
definitely.
This is 2 Olympic Games.
And experience really is everything in curling.
3 Olympic Games.
3 Olympic
Three
Games.
Olympic Games, 2 Olympic medals, 1 fourth spot at the Olympics in 2010, where they lost against China for the bronze medal, but they got their revenge in this tournament at least.
Yeah,
beating
just an hour ago.
beating the Chinese in the semifinal, the same team that beat them for bronze at the Olympics. Okay. Good shots from Maria Pritz. So now Miriam Ott just has to hit right on the nose, and she'll gonna have her 2 shots, score her 2 with hammer. This is the way you want to start and end, right? Start
That's
a game.
exactly the way you want to start this.
Yeah, just take control of the game right in the first end and manage the whole time. There we can see the 2 sweepers cleaning the ice to avoid any kind of dirt that would get the rock off from its trajectory and make her miss.
And I'm just reading the last time when those 2 teams met up, that was at the European Championships 2010. And then it was the team around Margarita Sigfridsson from Sweden winning 5-3.
Uh-oh. A little bit too much weight there on this one.
So
And
only
Miriam
1
Ott,
point for Switzerland in this first end of the final.
Miriam Ott not taking her chance there to score the 2. Well, she already gets the 1, so this is still okay. But yeah, in such games, it's good to always jump on those occasions where you can score a 2 right off the bat.
Unfortunately, this didn't happen here for Miriam Ott. Still, we're early in the game, no big deal.
Well, it's going to make the game a bit more interesting then.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to be tighter.
It's better for us,
Yeah,
and it's better for you, being the spectators.
Yeah, we're hoping this is going to come down to the last rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And
what
it
we're
probably
always hoping.
will.
Probably will, indeed.
So
This
as
is
the
final.
second end is going on the way, we're going to introduce you to the teams. That is Margareta Sigfridsson Skip, though, playing lead for this team. Her major success was the European champion title in 2010. Then on second position, we've got Maria Wennerström. She's 26 years old, played curling since 1998. As well, European champion 2010. On third position, we've got Christina Bertrup. Sorry for that one. She's 34 years old, and she's on Facebook. Right now, she is a student. Then Maria Pritz, the most experienced player. She's been playing since 1989, and her major success was a World Championship silver medal in 2002.
She likes football.
Yeah, looks like it. They have a website, teamaltele.wordpress.com. That's their blog. If you want to follow them, check them out.
So Miriam Ott's starting to play in the house, and then the Swedish played takeout and takeout. So it's going to be an open end that we're going to see, and that's normally finished by a blank.
Yes.
Except if there's some open shot missed, but we don't want it. We don't expect that to happen. So right now, just open takeout.
So Margaretha Sigfridsson skip of this Swedish team.
Yeah, it's a pretty rare how do you say lineup to have the skip playing lead.
Yeah, it is.
Usually the
Sure
skip
is.
plays the opposite. He plays the last stones. Oh, we see that they're trying to get some offense going now. They're going to try and score. So Margaretha Sigfridsson playing the corner guard, trying to create some game. That's good.
That's good.
That's
That's good
good.
for us. Once
That's good
again,
for us once
we've
again.
got something to commentate here. And Miramont is actually
Miramont is
wanted
also
to
thinking it's
raise.
an offense game.
Yeah, actually, she wanted to push her Yellow Rock a little bit closer to the center, but her front end wasn't didn't have the same opinion, so they're only going for a center guard.
Yeah,
Offensive call.
very offensive call there. We started with a really defensive call game, and now we're having some guards.
Line looks perfect.
Line looks good. Weight looks good. Very nice guard.
Very
Perfect-
nice
perfect
weight
guard,
here.
yeah. So now they will go behind the corner guard. They're going to use it. That's what it's there for.
So what started as a really defensive end is going to turn out to be a very offensive one.
It's still a pretty curious call, though, to put the guard on this rock there, who's not that close to the button. Because the Swedish team can go behind their corner guard and still lay shot.
And that's what they're trying here, but they're coming up
a little bit too fast. It looks like the players
too heavy.
Players are having some trouble again with the weight, just like last game. And now Miramont is gonna remove this corner guard. There, no risk. Try and roll in the middle. Looks like she's going for the steal there. Two center guards.
Two center guards going
Yeah.
for a steal,
Yeah.
removing the corner guard. This corner guard here. It's getting too hot for Sigfridsson as well. She's going to remove the center guard. So we might see a blank end after all in the end.
Okay. Yeah, we have a question from Michael Schifferly, who is saying that the current European champions do not have their regular skip in Basel. And he's asking why Stina Viktorsson, who was skipping this team last year and who finished European champion, is not playing. Well, Stina Viktorsson apparently quit competition for some reason that we don't know.
Yeah,
But
we don't
she
know the
stopped,
exact
yeah.
reason, but that's just what we've heard a couple
That's
of
what
minutes
happened,
ago,
yeah.
that she quits.
She quit curling. So there you go, Michael. Sorry.
Yeah. We would have liked to see Stina here as
Yeah.
well, but she's not
Yeah,
here.
Very good player. Well, at least she finished her career with a if
With
she
a
doesn't start
success,
again,
yeah,
with a good
if-
success, yeah.
But personally, I think she will see her coming back.
Maybe, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, she's still pretty young.
Yeah, she has time. Quit for a year, come back. You never know. She'll find a team if ever she needs to.
Yeah. You know, we've seen that before with Scandinavian players. I'm just calling U15, Uzi Pavlniemi, coming back.
Yeah,
to competitive curling.
Yeah, and we're going to see them in Moscow at the European Curling Championships. Uzi Pavaniemi. They're going to be there. Oh.
Very nice attempt for a double takeout, but just didn't quite happen.
Always very difficult when you have a freeze like that. You've got to come with a lot of weight and a lot of rotation on the rock.
Well, you've got to know that it came down to such a situation in the 2010 Junior World Championships final.
Yes. And yeah, when we won the Worlds in the Scottish skip, this rock over curled and hit the wrong side of the rock, and so he didn't manage to get the double. Always very hard to get those shots perfectly. That's why you practice high weight peels.
Exactly.
And precise peels. Try to get rotation on the rock to get them to bounce off and get doubles. And the girl's sweeping really hard to try and get that rock in the house. Oh, a little short. This is not ideal.
No, this is not ideal. That is exactly the kind of break Sigfridsson was waiting for.
Yeah, you do not want to guard the rock behind T-line. If they put the freeze on it more or less correctly, they will not be able to take that red rock off, the Swiss. So, Christina Bertrup playing.
This time without any troubles in the delivery.
This time, yeah, no falling over. Yeah, let's see if her rock going is fine. Oh, needs some sweeping. She's staying calm, so it looks okay. Is it? Yes.
Line looks alright.
Line
Digging
looks
in,
really
Ron.
good. Oh, it looks like a great shot. Come on, sweep
Look
it.
at that. Hard sweeping going on.
Hard sweeping. It's important
And
to get it.
they're not able to drag it into shot position here.
Just did not make it, but it's still a good shot. Still, but
it's very nicely positioned.
It's
Positioned there. You can't really. Well, you can try to take it out directly, but
it's going to be hard for them to score two if that rock stays here. Except if Miriam Ott, if she plays another guard there.
Yeah, safe
it's
call.
Be very hard for the Swedes to score two. It was very important. This rock had to be shot, so I had to be closer to the center than this yellow rock. So it is not. So no, Miriam Ott is just going to guard it up. See if maybe she can steal.
I think that's the right call here. You have to know when you got to switch. That's exactly the right moment.
The risk is not that big. Even if worse comes to worse, if they score two, they're only one down with. They're still in the game, not a worry, and they can always have a chance to steal right now.
And of course, if they steal right now, they make up for the mistake before.
Stealing, of course, is scoring without the last rock in the end. Yeah.
So Miriam Ott with the attempt to put up another guard.
Yep. They're sweeping it hard. Looks a little slow, apparently.
Line's looking great, though.
Line's looking pretty good. Oh, it is not that slow. Oh.
And it just stops in time.
Oh. That's a pretty interesting situation there. What will Maria Pritz try? There's a possibility of running that yellow on that red and on the yellow behind. The angle seems to be there.
And I think that's what they're talking right now.
Yeah. If you can hit it with maybe a backline weight on the side, on the yellow, then this red is going to be shot and can stay frozen on that yellow, guarded up.
That would be a pretty nice position to be in.
And Miriam Ott would have to play some complicated draw, and they would have a better chance than now to score two. So
we'll see Maria Pritz coming out with easy weight here.
Giving quite a lot of ice.
Trying to tap back the yellow one onto the red one, pushing the red one to the center.
Yep.
shot position.
It's very important that the red is shot right now. To force Miriam Ott some complicated playing. The angles are there for them.
Coming down nicely now.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Look at this.
Great shot there. The
little
angles
bit
are
too
just
much weight though.
perfect. Yeah, but it looks really hard to get that red out right now, except if maybe you can play a double run back with the yellows, but that seems very complicated. I think, yeah.
Actually, to be
Miriam Ott.
honest, I think it's even possible to get to that red rock with maybe back 8 foot weight.
Yeah. The ice is swingy, so Miriam Ott is going to go for a draw. If she plays it perfectly, I think she can still be shot, and that would be a beautiful shot there. I try and steal the point, but it is very complicated. You've got to make sure it gets really close to that guard, but not too close, otherwise it might hit that yellow in front of the red in the house, top 8 foot.
That's why she asked for a little bit more ice here. Swiss kid Miriam Ott with her attempt to draw right to the button.
Yeah, a lot of sweeping there called.
Lots of sweeping action going on.
Yeah.
A little bit on the light side here.
Looks like
They won't be able to drag it by.
Yeah.
Definitely a jam on that one.
But still not too bad because it's, yeah. Well, they're going to have to go and draw for 2. So Maria Pritz can come fully into the 8 foot. Not biting the 4 foot would be perfect. Not much space to get in there, but it is possible. At their level, they should be at least very close from doing it. The sweepers are going to be on it. So this is an important shot to take the lead in the game and probably the control of it in the even ends. Try to succeed where Miriam Ott failed in the first end.
Exactly. So Maria Pritz with the attempt of taking advantage of Miriam Ott's mistake from the first end.
Yeah. So just trying to get it right, just right weight. Just the right weight. Got to be T-line. Line looks pretty good.
Looks pretty close.
Looks pretty good. Oh, I need some sweeping. Careful,
they're
girls.
Close.
All right.
Absolutely perfect. Beautiful
That's
shot
where
here.
She wanted it. Perfect T-line weight. Good sweeping. Good line. That's a perfect shot. And this is a very important shot to take the lead in the even ends. Now Miriam Ott in a more complicated situation. Not too bad. Still in the game, but they will need to take the advantage again.
Which makes the game that much more interesting for us to commentate and, of course, for you to watch. It's the final of the 6th Women's Masters in Basel 2011. It's the second event of the Curling Champions Tour 2011. And my name is Daniel Schifferle, and I'm commentating along with...
me, Roger Golka.
Thanks for tuning in.
No worries. It's always a pleasure.
And if you want to know more about the Curling Champions Tour, be sure to check out our website. It's curlingchampionstour.org. And, of course, we are also answering your questions. Just write us on Facebook. It's Live Curling on Lola1.tv. That is our Facebook fan page. As soon as you hit that little like button, you're able to ask us questions.
Players again having some trouble with the weight there. The stroke going not through the house, but pretty close from getting through.
Yeah, the ice seems to be really, really keen. And the players are a little bit fooled by it.
Yeah. Well, Miriam Ott is going to try and get that corner guard there to try and score more than 1 with her last rock now. This rock there is, this Swedish rock behind the house is not very not very dangerous. You can outdraw that. It's behind the tee line.
Oh yeah, as
So-
we mentioned before, every rock behind the tee line provides some backing.
You can always use it.
Right.
So now they're just going to go for the corner guard.
Putsa.
Usual opening. Play open on the side so that you can keep the center open for your last shot if ever you need it.
Exactly,
And you
and
can
build
always
things
go-
up to score too.
And you can go and get hidden behind with the ice swinging like it is.
Very nice
Yeah.
weight by Janine Greiner. She's been having a great tournament, I think.
Yeah. She's been playing some good curling. Always got to make sure your lead starts your ends very nicely. And after, you're always having a good advantage on other teams if your lead plays better, because then your second get easier shot and so on. So if you can always start the ends the way you want them to be started, you always have a great advantage.
Yeah, many people who are not really familiar with the sports of curling always think that it's only the skips rocks that are really important, but it's definitely not. If the leads rocks don't come where the skip wants them to be, the skip's gonna have it that much harder in the end.
If the second and third can't catch up, yes. Well, the only difference between the skip and the lead is that the skip's mistakes are directly on the scoreboard.
Exactly.
As we can see in Miriam Ott's second shot in the first end, where she hit and rolled out and scored only 1 instead of 2. That's what happens when you miss as a skip. Well, miss. It makes a big difference.
Great brushing by the front end here.
Yeah.
And once again, perfect weight by Janine
Very
Greiner.
good shot there. It's nicely
Beautiful
buried.
shot.
So Miriam Ott has more or less what she wants. One rock hidden behind the corner guard, but the ice is swinging enough. With some light tap weight, you can get that yellow out. That's what Ott-Sigfridsson is trying right now. There is Maria Wennerström.
This one's really moving though.
Oh.
They
Big
have to brush it
sweeping there.
hard in
Looks
order to
pretty
keep it
close,
on
very
track,
close,
and they're
very-
just able to
Oh.
drag it by.
That was 2 really, really close ones. Good shot there from Maria Wennerström.
That was not a lot of room between those two rocks.
No. That's the way she had to play it, and that's the way she played it, so congratulations to her. Now Miriam Ott has to try the hit and roll there again. Try and get it perfectly buried. And hope-
Hit and rolls being some of the most efficient rocks in
Yeah.
curling, since you're taking one rock of your opponent out of the rings and moving your own rock, the shooter, into a nice position.
But of course, it's a very, very difficult shot to accomplish a perfect hit and roll. You need the speed, the sweeping. Oh,
What? What's it?
And this one just curled a little bit too much.
well, the momentum has switched a bit there. Sigfridsson now is in a much better position than in the first end, where Miriam Ott's team were doing very good. These
Yeah,
two
right
there has
now
been
it's
good for their morale.
definitely the Swedish side putting up the tasks.
They're putting pressure on the Swiss and dictating the strategy.
Very nice hit and roll here.
Yeah, she did what Miriam Ott wanted to do. But again, the ice is very swingy. You can go and get that one. Maybe even stay hidden. We'll see.
Inge 12.
This time she's only calling for a tap back though, which is a very nice way to play that rock, since you provide yourself backing with it.
There's Carmen Kung throwing.
Warte.
Has to curl quite a bit still. So got a long ways to go.
Oh, gar nicht, Kaline. Putsa. Putsa. Ja! Ja! Das hat fast
Right.
gefahrt.
Very nicely
Good
executed,
shot.
but I think
like-
it was just a hair too light here. It didn't quite happen.
Well, this yellow rock is in the house now, but it is not shot.
I think it's even
Still
third.
be used. Yeah, it is third shot. It looks like from this angle anyway. But this yellow rock is still pretty well situated right now.
Yeah, and it's
Can be bumped.
therefore that much more dangerous. And that's why Sigfridsson is going to open up that guard.
Yeah, I think this is the right call.
I think so
Got
too.
the lead.
definitely.
No risk. Take that guard off. Take no risk with that yellow. That could be even better hidden. That could
Being
be
1
tapped
point
behind.
ahead and that early in the end, you don't in the game you don't have to take any risk.
Now the game is open. Miramot is going to try and push this yellow freeze on the red behind T-line there on the right.
For her, it's of course an advantage that she played exactly that rock just a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah. Play exactly the same shot. Same ice, same weight. Good sweeping, and you can get it. There's Carmen Schaefer. Hard sweeping.
They have to sweep it a lot here to keep it on track, and it looks perfect.
Oh, yes. Wow.
What
Oh,
a
wow.
nice shot. Look at that.
Yeah, wow, that's a great shot. Very difficult there. He had to get the angle perfectly, the weight perfectly, and she made it just right. And now it's going to be very difficult for Sigfridsson to get rid of that yellow shot there. It was perfectly.
So that was really the
Frozen,
one
yeah.
shot the Swiss were waiting for.
Yeah,
That's one that keeps him alive in this end.
and you can see how the momentum can suddenly switch just with one shot before Miramot being in trouble and now being in a strong positions, forcing the Swedes to play a very good shot right now to avoid getting the two taken on them. Hard sweeping asked. Oh, looks like they're stressing a bit.
And this one is going
Ooh.
just going by the guard there. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Tremendous sweeping action, though it rolled far.
I wonder if he can get the double there. Double on the Reds in line
I
with
think
3
so.
shots. Yeah, I think she can do that. If she does that, she stays with 3 shots in the house, and they're forcing the Swedes to make at least 2 doubles if they want to get maybe a blank end.
So as you mentioned before, with one single shot, the momentum really switched in this end here.
Yeah, Sigfridsson being in a better position, and suddenly one really good shot from Carmen Schaefer. And now we will see what she will do again. This looks pretty good. Oh. Oh.
Nicely
Well
done here.
done. That was just what they wanted.
Carmen
Double.
Schaefer really on top of her game here.
Yeah, nearly underswept that one, but it ended up great.
So Switzerland lying 3 right now.
Yep. Maybe there's a triple there on.
It would
Let's
be a
see.
tough triple, though.
Yeah, it's maybe there, yeah. If you hit the first yellow one onto the one in the middle. But it looks like she's just looking at a double.
Yeah, you would have to put a lot of weight onto that one in order
Yeah.
to make all 3 yellow rocks go out of the rings.
Well, especially have to make sure you get rid of 2. But yeah, if you can get rid of 3, why not?
Such a men thing to call on.
Hit her right on the nose, more or less. Nah, bit more on the outside. Now Maria Pritt's probably going to go with the big weight. Try and see what she can do there.
Maria Pritz looking to move things in the rings.
A lot of weight there. Oh, got the double. Good shot.
Very nice shot.
I don't know if that's exactly on that side she wanted to hit it, but she got a double. That was the most important thing. And now Miriam Ott has to be careful what she plays not to leave another double.
And avoid the jam at the same time as well.
She could hit that red and roll onto the side. I think that's her option.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But sweepers have really beyond that one. If this one just overcurls a
Yes.
slight little bit, we'll see the red rock jam onto the yellow one in the 4-foot circle, and that's exactly what you don't want in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll just try and hit and roll into the side to avoid, to not try and leave a difficult double. Yeah. Just hit and roll.
So
There's some discussion there in the team.
they're discussing the option of splitting the house.
That they finally decide to come back to their first decision. Oh. Miriam Ott throwing her shot. Uh-oh.
Fish!
Doesn't look very happy with this one. Did it pick something or?
This must have picked. I think we
This
didn't
must
see it
have
on
picked,
the
yeah.
camera, but according to her reaction,
She didn't seem. Yes.
let's listen to her what
Yeah.
she's got to say to Carmen.
Bit of anger there. That's understandable, but
You don't see that very often in women's curling. But it's perfectly understandable. This one picked apparently.
yeah, it looks like
she's-
she picked her. She picked some.
Ja, dat is hoe hard dromen.
Yeah, this happens.
Yeah.
This is one of those frustrating moments in curling. You know, you throw your rock, you think it's good, and then there's a little
And
something
as you
of
can
dirt
see, Miriam
on
Ott
the
is
ice.
checking on the
Yeah.
running surface and just found a hair. Actually, must
Yeah.
have been a hair from a broom or even a human's hair.
Could be.
Could be, happens.
Yeah, with their long hair there.
But definitely the wrong moment for a pick.
It's always in the worst moments that you get a pick. This is Murphy's law. You have
Definitely,
to
yeah.
expect that. Well, that's 2 times that there's a missed chance. So this time it's not Miriam's fault. It's just the fate.
That's too bad for her.
She can still have a double, still score 1. But then Sigfridsson's going to be in a much better position, getting what she needs. Leave 1, take 2. And now Maria Pritz playing her rock. So we have another question from George, who is asking what I meant when I said underswept the rock. That meant just not sweep it enough.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause they stopped sweeping it. It was the double takeout of Carmen, but they stopped sweeping for quite a while, and it nearly didn't do the double.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
nearly curled,
Nearly curled too much.
Too much. And that would be a situation where we speak of undersweeping in curling.
Yeah. That's what I meant by that. So I hope I answered your question, George. And thanks for posting your questions too.
And
It's good. Yeah.
Miriam really cleaning that running surface. She definitely wants to avoid another pick.
Yeah, that would be a disaster if ever she got another pick. And very unfair too, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose games like this, nor win them, you know.
But unfortunately, this happens to every curling,
This
every
happens,
curler.
yeah, all the time. You can do all your best not to get picks, but it can happen. So you see them just cleaning in front of the rock, avoiding.
So easy
Yeah.
takeout for 1 point.
Yeah. And now we go.
So after 3 ends, we're even in this final here.
Yeah.
After such a pick, it's really important that you refocus on the game and don't overthink that thing you can't change anyway.
hmm But now the situation has changed. Miriam Ott started with last rock, but now they're tied. And she doesn't have last rock, so we'll see how she's going to start this end. Probably with the center guard, try and create some offense and maybe a possibility to steal.
And being in the 4th end now, it would be, of course, it would be most ideal to steal that point and get into even ends once again.
Yeah.
Right now, it's the Swedish side with the last rock advantage and the even end advantage.
So there's Janine Greiner. Great, yeah.
Ligger de ligger inte bra på att smälla på gul sen då, när vi har dragit? Du ser hur det där ligger du. Tänkte om vi kommer lite ute, sitter det liksom röd i linjen där då. Ja, det gör det. Kör nu. Bara fart. Kom igen nu! Bra linje!
Christina Bertrup, Maria Wennerstrom sweeping the strug hard there to make it past the guards.
Kom igen nu tjejer! Kom igen nu!
Oh, also a little bit short this time.
Excuse me. Could you please not use the lamp?
Proberen. Oh, daar.
And Danielle Schifferly now is going to go to talk to Anna Hasselborg from Sweden, World Junior Champion 2010, beating Canada in the final. And she is there with her team in this tournament. They didn't make it to the final, but they're still in the crowd and we can ask them questions. So. There's Carmen Kung from Miramut trying a double takeout on the Reds. Big weight there. Oh, little bit lucky there on this one. Open up, but it's a great shot there. Open up the guards. Got this rock in the middle. Still has a center guard. Well, looks like Sigfridsson's going to try some takeout, hit and roll behind the guard. Danielle Schifferle has found Anna Hasselborg in the crowd. Well, the Swiss girls are playing the double takeout, perfectly executed, and we might see a blank end now, which is not too bad. Try and let them take the fifth and get back the last rock in the even ends.
Okay, I'm sitting here with Junior World Champion 2010, Anna Hasselborg. How are you doing, Anna?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good.
A little bit tired. You've had a pretty tough weekend. What do you think about your performance in this Bonspiel here?
We played really great, actually. We had 3 good games against really good teams, and unfortunately we didn't come home with last rock in the 8th end, so we didn't win. And it sucks, but we played well.
Well, good for you. So what are your objectives for this season in general?
We're looking forward to play in Sweden in a couple of weeks for the Stockholm Ladies. Stockholm Ladies, and then we have the Super League, and which we have, we want to do well there, and then we're going to China in December for an international competition there.
Oh, wow. Wow, China, good for you. And Stockholm we're actually going to cover as well on Lola1.tv. But coming back to this game here, you probably know the team around Sigfridsson the best. What can you tell us about her and her teammates?
They have a new 4th player, and it looks like she's really, she fits in right in the team because they play really well. Yeah, they look strong.
They look strong. Are you going to play them this year as well, I guess?
Yeah, many times.
So what do you think about the current situation here in the game? Any predictions on who's going to win?
No, actually not. I usually have, I think, but no, I have no clue. Actually, it could be anyone. They play well.
So you're saying that they've been playing well. Right now, telling after 3 ends, who's the stronger team right now?
I don't know. I actually think that Sigfridsson will win, but I think they look equally strong.
Anna Hasselborg being really nice here. She's the junior champion 2010, and we're going to hear from her in the future. Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anna Hasselborg. Well, you didn't miss much in the game there. They have just been playing takeouts the whole time. As you can see, the house is totally open, and they're just taking out all the rocks in play. And now it's Miriamot's turn to play right now, and she's going to try and peel this red rock out and try and roll in the house. Well, just to force maybe Maria Pritz to another takeout. This end should normally finish with a blank. That means no points scored, no rocks in the house. Well, this is pretty good for... This is not too bad for Miriamot or Sigfridsson. If Miriamot can force Sigfridsson to score 1 in the 5th end, then they can get the last rock in the even ends and turn over the momentum that they have lost. So now we're going to be looking at Miriamot throwing the peel weight. See, nice release. Very straight. And you can see just the sweepers just cleaning the rock there before. Hoping that there's no pick, just like last time, which costed one rock to the Swiss side. Now Maria Pritz is just going to draw in the house anywhere on the side. Sides a little bit more complicated to take them off than, so you just put them on the side hoping maybe for a miss, but you don't never expect a miss at this level. You just play always thinking that your opponent is going to make his shot. This is how you have to think all the time, otherwise you always think wrong. Okay. So Mary Pritz just played her rock perfectly on the tee line. Mary Mott is going to go just to take it out and stay in the house. Force Mary Pritz to play a hit and roll out for a 0.
Very straightforward end here. We've just heard Anna Hasselborg say both teams are pretty equal right now. She wasn't able to make any prediction who's going to win, even though she's a little bit biased and, of course, cheering for the Swedish. So Miramot looking for a hit and roll to the center. No sweeping at all. This one must be pretty tight. No problem whatsoever. Hit and stick, so we're going to see the Swedish fourth player, Maria Pritz, trying to hit and roll out of the game. Retain the advantage of the last rock in the next end. That's the goal right now.
When you have last rock, you always try and score more than one. This is what the Swedes managed to do. They scored a 2. While Ott scored 1 only in the first end with last rock and 1 only in the third end with last rock. Knowing that Sigfridsson's team cannot score 2, they will just try and do 0 and try and score 2 in the next end. You have to be patient in curling.
Yeah, patience is always a good thing to have in curling.
And games are long, they last 2 hours, so you can wait. You can wait for the good occasion. If it doesn't come now, well, it'll come later.
And that's exactly what the Swedes are thinking here. Blanking this fourth end at Women's Masters 2011. It's the final we are covering. My name is Daniel Schifferle, and by my side I have Roger Golka here at the microphone. This is the second event of the Curling Champions Tour 2011. You can check out the Curling Champions Tour on curlingchampionstour.org. And as you can see, we have the World Men's Curling Championship 2012 here in Basel as well, from the 31st of March to the 8th of April 2012. And check that out on the website wmcc2012.ch.
Yep, and we welcome you here in the Jakobshalle in Basel, very nice hockey rink where the World Championships are going to take place. So really looking forward to that event, right? And we're going to be there to watch this. Sure.
Well, actually, I would love to be there, but I'll be in my military service then.
Oh, okay. Good luck, mate.
Yeah.
Good
Can't
luck.
help it. Can't help it.
I'll
It's
text you the
mandatory in
results.
Switzerland.
I'll text you the results.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
And Miramot starting out with a center guard again, trying to create some game. If possible, could be used to steal the end. You do not expect to steal an end with no rocks in front, so you need a rock in front guarding the middle so that you can try and make the opponent's skips rocks very difficult. This is why you start with a center guard where you don't have last rock. Try and guard the middle and get one buried behind that it's not possible to get. You cannot take out.
So if you like our coverage, our webcast here, give us some feedback. We're on Facebook. It's live curling on lola1.tv. If you have any questions, we're happily answering them just right on our wall. And of course, we are covering some more games and some more events this year. The next event coming up will be in Chambéry, Switzerland. It's a men's event from October 21st to October 23rd. And then we've got the Stockholm Ladies Cup. That's the one Anna Hasselborg was talking about. That one is happening in Stockholm, Sweden from November 3rd to November 6th, 2011. And so on. If you want to see which events we are covering, check our website out. It's curlingchampionstour.org.
There we see Margareta Sigfridsson playing. Gold medal winner at the last European Curling Championships in 2010 with Team Sweden. Silver medalist at the World Curling Championships in 2009. And she has also 2 more medals in 2002 and 1997. 2 silver medals at the World... one at the World Junior Curling and the other one at the World Curling Championships.
So we see some very experienced players out there.
Yep. 4
and
medals.
A high-class curling game.
4 international finals. 3 won, 1 lost. No. 3 lost, 1 won.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. But still a very, very nice record.
Hit and roll
and
here, very nicely executed.
Ooh.
Is she able to keep it on shot position? No, unfortunately not.
But I think it's buried there. Yeah, this looks hidden, so this is still not a bad shot.
If this one would have curled just a hair more, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Once again, it's a really efficient way to play to call for hit and rolls, but it's quite hard.
Yeah. I think this red rock in the house is perfectly played because it is behind the guard, in front of the tee line, and just in front of the 4-foot circle, the red circle in the house, which is pretty good because Miriam Ott tries to steal and tries to get a rock in the 4-foot buried, but with this rock there, it blocks totally the path.
Exactly, it's
the 4th foot. So it's very, very well played there from Margareta Sigfridsson, who plays lead for this team, lead and skip. Pretty rare combination, but there's one there.
And a
Maria.
big mistake here. Coming
Maria.
up too heavy.
Oh, Maria. What have you done?
So we've seen many top-notch players here struggling with the weight, which is quite interesting, I think.
Yeah, well, like Carmen Schiffer said there, the ice was extremely fast. 4 seconds 20.
4 seconds 20
4
split
seconds
time
20,
for a T-line. So that is
from back hog.
That's exactly from the back line to the hog line. So that is really, really keen ice.
I'd say that a normal split time would be around 370.
375, something like that.
375, and they're 420. Very, very fast ice. So be very careful when you push out of the hack. And there.
This one coming down nicely, though.
It's going to be shot, but it's going to stay open. Maria Sigfridsson going to try and hit and stay in the house, have 2 shots, make sure that she forces Miriam Ott to score only 1 in this end. No, sorry. Trying to score 2 in this end. She's got 1 buried. So there's Maria Wennerström trying to catch up from her initial mistake. That's very well done.
That is very well done indeed.
Yep, good shot there. Yeah, they're going to try the hit and roll. If they can get buried perfectly behind those two rocks there, this yellow and this red, they're going to be tough to get out.
As we mentioned before, it's both hard to play and hard to call a hit and roll. But if it's played perfectly and it's ending up behind those two rocks, of course, it's extremely efficient. So Carmen Schaefer, who's been on top of her game during this final, trying to hit and roll behind cover.
A lot of sweeping called there. Oh. There, as we said, there's a very tough shot to execute. Maria Mott thought this rock was going to be much slower, so she called it sweeping, but actually it was not. It was fast, and so it didn't curl enough, and they swept it a bit too much. You need to have the perfect combination between speed and direction for a good hit and roll. And sadly, there was a little bit of misunderstanding there.
Exactly, yeah.
The team, yeah. Well. And now it's Christiana Bertrup playing. Apparently looking for a draw.
And we've just got another comment on Facebook. It's George once again. And he reminds us of the difference between club curling and curling on a professional level, as we are seeing here at the Curling Champions Tour. And what he refers to is that we see a lot of blank ends here at the Curling Champions Tour, which is, of course, a way to retain the last rock advantage, whereas he would play on club level some more scoring ends. So even if you can only score 1 point, he would go for it. And this is true for many club leagues, because in many club leagues we've got a different counting system where the rocks you score during a game are counting as well. So both the rocks are counting and as many ends you are scoring are counting. Whereas here at the Curling Champions Tour and other major events, only a win or a lose is counted. So that's the only thing that affects the leaderboard. And that's why it's no problem at all to blank an end and retain last rock advantage instead of scoring. On club level, of course, it's a good idea to score 1 point and then go for a steal in the next end, because it's important to score as many ends and as many rocks as possible. So thanks, George, for that input. Of course, it's a difference between high-end competitive curling, almost on a professional level, as we see here at the Curling Champions Tour, and curling in your local club league.
Yeah. Well, especially, it's the different systems. Here only the win-or-loss counts, so it doesn't matter if you win your game 1-0 or
exactly
or 10-8. As long as you win it, that's what matters the most. Of course, in those systems, there's what we call Schenkel system.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the name I was looking for.
Yeah.
The Schenkel
system, where the ends count. Well, then you will try and score more ends, so you'll play much more offensively and try and make points. But here, Carmen Schaefer there made what I'd call a bad miss shot, because she ended up short on her rock she wanted to freeze on. And what happened is, as you can see exactly what happened there, what Sigfridsson played right after that, is that it came up short and they just played a guard.
Oh, that's
and
too
now
bad.
the situation is completely blocked for Miriam Mott, and there's no way she can just come there in the middle, easily at least. Looks like she's going to try and go in the middle, though.
I think it's possible on the swingy surface we have here in
Basel.
Basel.
And bite the forefoot.
But she has to be really, really precise on this shot. If she's even attempting to push the red rock behind the center and line shot. A really, really tough shot here.
She's going to try and freeze on that rock there in the middle. She's going to try to just stay in front, top forefoot. She said shot on the second red and the white. so that she can try and force Sigfridsson to score only 1 in this end, which would be ideal for them. Very tough shot. Weight has to be perfect.
Zo zwak wanneer lang is.
And you see a very anxious looking Miriam Ott here.
Kwijt we de rappies
She
aan.
knows it, that's a key shot.
Ja! Oh,
It looks pretty
Looking
close.
heavy,
Oh,
but
oh,
really moving though.
oh.
And as we said, it's
zo, huh?
a lot too heavy.
Wat?
Once again, we see some players being much too heavy there on those shots. Well,
And that's too bad, of course, since Sweden is still lying 2 here.
yeah. I have to say they're quite in trouble there, the Swiss. So we'll see, except if Maria Pritz doesn't make a very good shot and helps maybe out the Swiss by staying open, leaving a double or something. They're in big, big trouble.
Yeah, they are really in huge trouble here. Still, it's only the 5th end of the final here at the Women's Masters. And it's going to be very important who's going to score in the 6th end, I think.
Yep. Well, Miriam has got to make sure that Sigfridsson doesn't get a 3 on her, because then she would start getting a big lead. We just need to defend it. We know Swedes are good at takeout.
Kala. Bra linje.
They usually are.
Yeah, they usually are.
Look at Niklas Edin.
Yeah. Or even Anna Hasselborg. you just
Even Anna
interviewed before,
Hasselborg, yeah.
eh?
We've mentioned in the semi-final Jennifer Jones with the big weight, but actually I forgot about Anna Hasselborg. She's got some
Yeah.
big weight in her repertoire as well.
Who played the amazing triple takeout in the World Junior Final
Yes.
to stay in the game and finally win this final. Well done, Anna. But
And
here,
of course, we're in a different final here, and we've just seen a beautiful executed rock by Maria Pritz,
Yeah.
playing 4th for Margareta Sigfridsson from Sweden, and
Yeah.
the Swiss are in trouble.
yeah, the Swiss are in big trouble right now. She has to do a double raise there. I don't see anything else really. The middle is completely blocked. There's no way she can access to that rock in the middle. No way she can take the shot.
And it's
Right.
not a secret that Miriam Ott doesn't like to play these kind of shots.
Yeah.
She's actually more into the easy weight tap backs and
Yeah,
draw
she
shots.
likes draws. Well, she probably didn't like the last draw she played, but she likes draws. Well, we'll see. She still has a shot. She can always do something, so
I have my finger crossed for her.
yeah. And yeah, because Maria Pritz didn't help her out at all in this one, she just made her life even more complicated, so we'll see now. Big weight there for Miriam Ott, trying to do a double raise, double takeout. There is a possibility. Just need to hit that first drop perfectly. Oh, a little bit stressed out.
This one is looking a little bit heavy and wide. Not going to happen.
Uh-oh. And this is now a draw for 4 now. For Maria Pritz, draw for 4 to take a 4-point lead in this game.
Big miss by Miriam Ott.
Big miss. Well, it was a very tough shot, you know. But yeah, this first draw of Margareta Sigfridsson, who was in front of the forefoot, and is still there now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that was
just-
actually
that
the,
was already just see the importance of a good lead there. Playing good shots there, it could count at the end.
Oh yeah, and from there on, this really built up here.
Yeah. And a few misses from Switzerland now, and draw for 4. Because 4 is a big end.
A hair too light there, a little bit wide there, and of course too heavy on the first rock of Miriam Ott. And now they're facing 4 rocks by the Swedish team around Margareta Sigfridsson
Yeah.
in the 5th end of this final of the Women's Masters 2011. This
Yeah,
one is looking heavy though.
She just has to hit the 8-foot.
Oh, and look at that. I think it picked something in the end. Sudden movement on the rock.
No, it stays in shot there. 4 points for Sweden. Well, Miriamot doesn't like playing Swedes in finals.
Yeah. Well,
Lost a few finals against Sweden, especially we remember the one in Turin
yeah,
at
again,
the
Annette
Olympics
Norberg.
against Annette Norberg. Annette Norberg, who played a wonderful double takeout at the end to win the game.
So the Swiss in a really, really tough situation here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they can handle that. You know, game is never over. You can always score. It happens so often, you know, like team scores a big end, then gets a big end score on them just after that. If they can score 2 behind, you know, they're still back in the game. It's much more difficult, but they're still in the game. So
Exactly.
now, our great Sigfridsson's going to play just a rock in the house, keep it open.
So all the pressure on the Swiss side here now,
Yeah.
as they try to get back in the game, back on the scoreboard, and roll up from behind.
Då jobbar vi.
Nice sweeping by the 3 Swedes here.
Good shot there again from Sigfridsson. She's real on her game, huh? Just put all the draws she could.
And it's so important for the Swiss now to really stay focused. Don't let the shoulders down, but you can tell after the body language already. It's tough to do so. It's tough to stay focused. But this game is not over yet.
Ja. Jag tror vi får byta.
Once again, as a quick reminder, we are on Facebook, happily answering your questions. It's live curling on laola1.tv. That's our Facebook group. Just like us, and we're going to answer whatever question you have, if we know the answer, of course. And if you want to find something out about the Curling Champions Tour in general, who's leading the tour, who's won how much money, just check out our website. It's www.curlingchampionstour.org. That's also where you can find all the information about the teams participating, as well as the events we are covering. My name is Daniel Schifferle, and to my side I have Roger Gulka here.
Hello, hello. Okay. Classic opening. Rocks in the middle there for the team who has the lead. Corner guard for the team who's behind, trying to create some offense. And now it looks like they're going to try and tap those 2 rocks that are in front of T-line. Very dangerous for the Swiss.
And some stressed facial expression already right from the hack here.
Janine. This rock is over curling slightly.
And it's a little bit on the light side as well.
Yep.
And you probably have heard that sigh by Miriam Ott. She's not happy about how things are going right now. And I understand her. It's definitely a huge favor right now for Team Sigfridsson from Sweden.
Well, you can understand the part of frustration from the Swiss. You know, they had a good chance of scoring a 2 right off the bat in the first end. They had also a good chance to score 2 in the third end.
And then it
Picked up something on the ice, and the rock just went straight through. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, you still have to stay in the game there because mistakes can still happen.
Yeah, as we've just seen here.
So,
who would have expected that one?
Yeah, that seemed a bit. So now Miriam Ott has to be very careful in what she does right now. Maybe get rid of that red, but stay in the house. Backline, yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
As we don't have any rocks behind the T-line right now, why should they play a takeout when they can just push the red rocks behind the T-line and provide possible backing
Yeah.
possible chances for a jam later on.
Oh!
Especially the most important is to keep the shooter in the house. Try to have 2 rocks in it. Try and score some points right now. They're behind by 4 points. This is pretty big.
This one
in
is
curling.
looking really heavy though.
That's okay. That's okay.
It,
Great shot, actually.
yeah, as you said before, it's important to keep the shooter in play, and we've got a great angle on those 2 yellow ones.
Där är lite tunn.
Almost impossible to do a
right now.
double takeout.
Ja, jag menar på dubbeln.
Anyway, the Swedes are facing 2 again, so Miramat is still in
killing.
there. Let's see how the end turns out. You never know. One more mistake and Miramat could be back in the game.
Jag spelar ganska tajt.
Good.
It
Always
only needs one little break in the Swedish game, and then Miramot can take advantage out of it.
yeah,
Ja!
before
Nej, nej!
racing.
Ja!
Maria Wennerstrom missed her takeout and left that yellow rock in the house. Let's see if she can catch up for her mistake.
Bra.
And
This
she
is
can
not
do so,
too
but
bad.
still,
Too bad, yeah.
it's Switzerland's lying 1.
Really.
I'd probably call the draw behind the guard.
There's 2 options. Either you do the hit and roll, hit and stay maybe in front of the other one, or just draw behind. See what she picks. She picks the hit. Or maybe like there she's thinking of just tapping this red rock behind T-line.
Which wouldn't be a bad idea, I
Which
think.
is not a bad idea at all. She has to score, so right now it's the 6th end. There's this end plus 2 more to play. You have to score points right now.
And
otherwise it's
you
gonna be
really
too
want
late.
to keep both the shooter and the current shot rock in the game.
This is very important. Well, it looks like she's giving more ice for a takeout, so let's see. Carmen Kung for Switzerland. No sweeping called at all. Okay. Well, as long as the shooter stays in the house, that's still not too bad. Even though it's not exactly what she's looking for.
Här är också jättebra. Ja. Spela den där då.
The Swedish
Den är
talking
bra.
about what they're going to do.
Spelar du 80?
Even though they're leading this game by 4 points, it's important that they really think
Ja.
of each rock and take their time to think about what their opponent in this situation here, Miramot, is going to play afterwards.
Yeah, it's very important to keep your focus. You know, sometimes you start getting a big lead and think it's in the bag, but the other team still tries to win.
Rent, rent, bara rent, bara rent.
So you always have to keep your focus and make sure that you give no chance to your opponent to come back in the game and give you a hard time. Once you got the game in the bag, you have to keep it.
And that, of course, was a beautiful run back with a roll to the side.
Det är svårt att dra väck.
Nice roll to the side there. Double is impossible, I think.
Nu hänger det tappe. Och det fri.
Well, you would have put some 4-second weight on that one,
Well,
or even more.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you can go for
Okay.
the double, but you would have to throw a
Backline.
bomb. It's not worth
Yeah.
it right
Hänger
now.
12.
I don't think so either.
You would have to throw really hard there. So you just go for some tap, take out, try and hit and roll behind the guard. It's not too bad. As long as you have 2 rocks in the house, you still have a chance of scoring 2 or more.
Ilang. Boyser, veel plats. Ho. Achtung. Tja. Tja. First. Hubberna, mitt i. Ja. Ja. Okej.
chance to play the double. And now Miriamot's got a chance to play the double. Pretty tough one there.
Though if she happens to make it, she would lie shot and second.
Yep.
So key shot here by Carmen Schäfer.
Yeah. Well, she would leave a double after on her yellow, but at least she'd have 2 shots. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. That's actually putting some pressure onto the Swedes as well.
Not allowed to have a mistake there. There's still that corner guard on the side, you know, they can still put one behind. Even if the 2 yellows go away there, this red rock is going to go away and the shooter is not going to be, if it's in the house, it's not going to be shot for very much. So he can use that corner guard after that.
You know, right now I would be thinking about just drawing another one in.
Well, you're 4 ahead, so maybe playing just a takeout on the first yellow, for example, and rolling in around the middle.
Well, with a takeout, there's always the off chance that it picks something, and then you might hit that one exactly the way you don't want to hit it.
That's possible, but yeah.
Of course, the same thing can happen with the draw shot as well.
Yeah, well, they're going for the takeout. Looks like they're just going to try and hit that first one there in the blue rings in the 12 foot. Hit and roll in the middle. Get that yellow and red open so they can hit on it later.
I think with a hit and roll, they might even be able to lie second shot afterwards.
It is possible, I think, maybe. She gets the right angle on the hit.
So straightforward call here by the Swedish. Maria Pritz looking to hit and roll. Sweeping right from the bat. Are they able to keep it on track? And that was exactly the one thing I was thinking of.
Yeah. Just curl a little bit
maybe
too
I
much.
just should. Maybe I should shut up. Maybe I'm influencing whatever happens on the ice here.
I'm sure you are there with your.
Well, as long as I influence the Swedish, I'm glad. I'm happy.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Of course, we're journalists here. We're not biased. We're neutral.
Well, we're Swiss, so we're neutral.
Yes.
Anyway, I have to draw behind the guard. Try and get 2 shots, get back in the game.
Linje is goed. Oh, nog langer, nog langer. Veel plaats.
And we've got another question in on Facebook. It's by Brigitte Bivot, who wants to know why the Swiss tried to roll behind the guard. Well, it's pretty simple, only to be covered. Of course, they want to leave as many rocks in play as possible and make it as hard as possible for the Swedish to take their rocks out. And that's why they wanted to roll behind the guard when they took out the other red rock just a couple of shots ago.
Yeah.
Right now the Swiss lying 2.
Yeah, for now they've got their 2. By the way, hi Mom.
And as you can see on the bottom line of the display here, you can always ask questions at Facebook Live Curling at Lola1.tv. That's the name of our Facebook fan page. All you have to do is hit that tiny little like button on the top right corner, and then you're able to write whatever you like onto our wall. We're happy
from the Swedes.
We're happily answering questions, and we'd be glad if you give us some feedback. Big sweeping effort by Carmen Schäfer, and she's just able to.
If she had stayed shot on that one, that would have been a very, very bad for the Swiss,
Yes.
because they would have only been forced for 1, or a very difficult shot for 2. But luckily for them, they just have to do just the same draw into the 8-foot routine shot for Miriam Ott now, who will get her 2 normally. Nothing goes wrong.
And this makes this game that much more interesting, since Miramont is now in the even ends, and
Yeah.
getting back on the scoreboard with hopefully 2.
And there we see her playing the draw, one of her favorite shots. Looking stressed out though, but she always is, or looks like it at least. They're sweeping it really hard. They have to get it. They have to get it deep. Oh,
Oh, a
no.
huge miss.
Oh, well,
Miriam
something went
Ott.
wrong there. Something
A
went wrong
huge
again.
miss, and you can tell after the body language of the Swiss team.
There. This is
Huge
not very
miss
good
there.
Now they're 3 down without last rock, 2 and to go. They have to steal at least 2, and then steal 1 more. And we can see Carmen Schaefer pretty angry there.
Well, the entire team is.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bad situation for them. They know it.
And seeing those 3
And by the way,
women here really tells everything.
well, especially in front, they also have a very, very strong Swedish team there playing. They've been really,
Yeah,
really up
this
to it the whole time.
this miss by the Swiss skip probably decided this game here. But it's not over till it's
not
over,
over
of
yet.
course.
Well, you know, like in this game, there's been a big difference between both teams. That the Swedish have always managed to make the key shots. You know, the shots that really matter, like this very important draw. Maria Pritz put when they put 4. You know,
Yeah.
it's very, very important there.
Whereas
Forcing.
Miriam Ott was off during the entire game.
Well,
In fact,
yeah. Well, she got unlucky on that pick, and yeah, just missed too much there.
already
Those
in the
important
first end,
shots,
there
yeah.
was a big opportunity for a 2-pointer, and she only scored 1.
Yeah, so it's those little things, those little details that are making the difference right now in that game, and you can see it very well on the scoreboard. I think it's a deserved lead for the Swedes right now,
Oh, it most definitely is, yes.
but you know, they have to keep their focus, they have to stay calm,
And try your very best.
yeah, and do their best there. You never know.
I'll say it one more time. The game is over when it's over, and not
Yes,
one single moment before that.
before they shake hands there, nothing is decided, even though it looks very bad for the Swiss side right now.
Akkurat. Focus efter. Slapp. Turn.
Oh, very nice shot there. This is a freeze. This is a shot, a rock that is, we can say, big glued, frozen onto that red shot, so that you cannot take the yellow one off.
Yeah,
This is a
Shining
very-
Grinder as a lead had really a great final and a great bonspiel in general.
Yep. Like we were saying before, very important to have a lead that plays the rocks good, so you can start out all the ends the way you want them. This is what I think Ott-Sigfridsson has done very, very well there. She always has put the rocks perfectly in front of the tee line
Yes.
in the house. She's been doing really a great job. Oh, what was that? Oh. A lack of concentration there, it looks like, from the Swedes. Have to be careful there.
Yeah.
Hey, game's not over yet. That was a bit stupid, I have to say.
Well, it happens to the best, I
It
guess.
happens, yeah, it happens. we were saying you have to stay
Warte,
focused the
Zeit.
whole game.
Nur
You
12
never
Uhr,
know,
es ist
you're playing against some top teams there.
Sehr weit. Ja, Linie ist gut.
Well, Margrethe Sigfridsson was just rubbing on that guard. Carmen Kung is just a slight bit wide, but the shot is pretty good.
Ended up pretty nicely there, and now Margaretha Sigfridsson is of course going to open things up and get rid of that guard which is in her way. This one is looking wide actually.
Oh.
Another miss by the Swedish. Who
Uh-oh.
would have expected that one?
Well,
so we definitely see a lack of concentration here.
looks like it there.
This might just be the break the Swiss have been waiting for.
Yes.
Zwei nach, ja.
Now the Swiss have got to stay very focused. They should try and yeah, they should try and jump on those mistakes.
Warte, wenn es geht, das ist am Schluss. Viel Görle. Zwei nach, ja jetzt! Das Beste! Sehr schön.
There's
Gut.
Carmen Kung playing a perfect guard there. Very not happy with that shot, saying it was very nicely played. And the Swedish are, well, they are in a pretty difficult situation. Two Swiss rocks in the house, two guards in the center. The Swiss trying to steal, it means score without having last rock in the end. Because one team has to throw the last rock, and this team's got an advantage on the other one because they can influence the result of the end last. So if you steal, you've got to make sure that the other skip has got the most difficult shot possible on this last rock, so you can force them to miss and try
Nochmal das Eis.
to get those points you need.
You name it, Roger.
And
So even though the Swiss are lying 2 right now,
Yeah.
it's still not a big deal for the Swedish team to just draw to the forefoot in the end.
Yeah. So they're lying 2, so you never know if there's a complete miss. It could count, but what you really need is those 2 center guards there so you can come behind them right in the middle,
Linie
suck
gut.
one in
Nur Eis,
that
nur
Sigfridsson cannot take out.
Especially on the swingy surfers as the one we've got here in Basel. We're covering the final of the Women's Masters 2011. I hope you enjoy it.
Yep. So they're coming back with that center guard there. Sigfridsson asking Christina Bertrup to get rid of it. If possible, make the double on those 2 guards and roll out. That would be the perfect shot.
Rent. Rent. Bra Nina.
Nochmal. Nur rüber. Gar nicht das Görle. Okay. Gut, schön.
So a lot of yellow here.
Yep.
Once again, it's really, really important to have those center guards. Otherwise, there's almost no chance to steal, and that's why Maria Wennerström is trying to open things up here.
Nee.
Christina Bertrup.
Så ska jag se.
Oh, it's Christina Bertrup, my bad.
Nej! Ja! Nej!
There it comes.
Det är bra.
Just a slight bit wide there. She was going for the double peel.
Bra Nina.
Just didn't make it. It's a very difficult shot though. And Miriam Ott thinking of going in the house now. Stopped putting guards on. Well, if she puts the rock perfectly in the house, Maria Pritz is probably going to remove the guard, and then you put the guard again, and you've got your chance of steal.
Ja. Gut, wenn wir da hängen sie und sie den Verlies macht, dann haben wir hier noch Platz. Ja, gut.
Für einen ja, aber
Ja, ist gut.
für den Vorne. Ja, gleiche Höhe wie der.
So Miriam Ott going to go into the house now.
Yeah, try and hide behind this guard there, right in the middle. That's what you want if you want to steal. You need that rock in the middle, guarded. Otherwise, your chances, well, they exist, but they're very slim. At this level, you don't expect skips to miss. Miss open draws or open takeouts for the point.
So Miriam being back to draw shots, that's the kind of shot she likes. Let's see whether she's able to bury that one right behind this one single center guard there.
It's curling a lot. It's cutting
A
through.
lot of sweeping going on. Are they able to drag it by? And they are not.
Okay.
And Miriam Ott was not really on her game there.
Whereas she's made almost every single shot in the semifinal. She's been struggling through the entire final here.
Yeah, maybe she's not feeling the ice very well, you know. Got a little lack of confidence. And you just doubt in the hack, don't know exactly how to play, and that's what happens then. That's
So
probably
right
what
now,
happened.
everything going in favor of the Swedish side around Margareta Sigfridsson.
But they still have the two center guards. They still have their chance for the steal. This is what they're looking for. Well, the ideal now for Miriam Ott would be to steal probably two in this end to try and come back by 2 points. Then try and steal one more in the end and get the extra end. Steal one more. Well, it's only steals, but that's
the plan.
That's what she has to do.
That's the game plan. That's her one single chance to keep her team alive and still be on track for the win of the 6th Women's Masters 2011 here in Basel, Switzerland.
If Margareta Sigfridsson scores 1 point right now, then they're in a very good position. And this is a great hit and roll right now.
What a beautiful shot.
Okay. So the steal of 2 seems to be impossible now. They'll just have to try for a steal of 1. Draw behind that center guard shot. That means closer to the center than this red shot there, red rock. Wow.
So if Miriam is not going to steal in this end, this game is going to be over.
Yeah, 4 down without. Well, 4 up without, sorry. Yeah, this is a pretty good situation. Maria Pritz has really been on her game there. Very impressive curling from her.
I think so too. Actually, the entire Swedish side, there was the off miss. Some shots a little bit heavy, some a little bit wide, but all in general, they deserve to be leading this game.
Yeah, and Miriam Ott playing to still have a chance right now. She has to make that shot. She has to come in the middle. Behind the guard. Shot. For Maria Pritz to lose her momentum because she's really been playing very good lately. And that looks like it's going to be
Now it
Very
starts
nice
to dig
weight.
in. Are they able to take it? Right. Yes, they are able to
are
drag it into shot
but-
position. Though lying widely open.
But it is open. And now Sigfridsson, well, Maria Pritz has got the chance to end this game right now by playing a hit on this rock that is open. She can even try and stay, score 2, have a 5-point lead.
Probably she's going for the safe call of just
Yeah,
skinny that rock and take it out of the ring, scoring 1 point.
I think she's just going to make sure that this yellow rock goes away. And even we can see behind there, you can see the little clock and you can see Miriam Ott's time. 6 minutes 15 for one end. This
That
not very
is
much time.
not a lot of time.
But
Usually
this is
you
still
say
okay.
you need about 7 minutes for one end.
So they wouldn't have any time to think. Well, it is makeable. But for first that, to hope for a miss. That looks pretty good. Bang. One red.
One red.
And now,
And that was probably it. Even though they're not going to shake hands.
well, you can still manage to score 4. You know, this is possible with last rock. It is very difficult, very improbable, but it is possible. So,
Well, scoring 4 points is, of course, an offensive game. And playing offensively needs a lot of time. So
yeah, well, if they,
we're most probably going to see the Swiss having some problems with the time here. You can see the clock there in the top left corner. That's only 6 minutes and 15 seconds for an entire end. That is not a lot of time.
well, they're going to have to hurry up if they want to finish that game. Well, first of all, you need 4 rocks in the house to have a chance, really.
So the last reminder, if you have any feedback or if you want to ask us questions, we are on Facebook. It's Live Curling on Lola1.tv. That is our Facebook page's name. Hit that little like button and we are going to answer your questions. Or we're always happy to get some feedback as well. My name is Daniel Schifferly and I'm covering this game together with Roger Gulka. I hope you enjoy the show.
Kom nu Bob.
Well,
Kom igen nu. 8-4 är bra. Kom igen då. Lite till. Lite till.
well, even though they have a 4-point lead, they're playing their first one in the rings. Many teams would just throw it through the house. Just
Yeah,
take no
that's what I
risk, yeah.
thought too, actually. I think most men's team would just throw it right through the rings.
Just have the less rocks in play possible. This is important if you want, like we say, defend. That means take out all the rocks you can and keep the game clean. When you have a 4-point lead, usually just throw it across the house. So no rocks are gonna bother you. Well, if they don't play with that tactic, they prefer just to put one in the middle.
As the Swiss team is looking to score 4 points in this end. They're putting up a corner guard, of course. Once again, I'd like to stress how well Janine Greiner, the Swiss lead, has been playing. I think there was not a single miss in her game.
Yeah, she's been playing very good. She's also got some tough competition right in front there. Margareta Sigfridsson, playing also a really good game there at lead position. Looks like, is she going to go for a draw once again? Looks like it.
Bara fart. Bara 8, ingen linje alls. Ora, kom igen nu. In på 4. In på 4.
Oh, that looks like a very nice
Lite
shot
till.
there. Well executed shot.
Bra da.
Nice weight on that one. With once again,
Okay.
I would have played both these rocks right through the wings. As you can see,
Ja, men hvis det er fire-
these
Kom,
rocks
Max,
are
nice
providing backing.
time. Hva er det så her da? Aber
As Miriam Ott is pointing out right now.
Yeah, and we're in the last and final end right now of this game.
Achtung.
Probably the last end of this competition, except if Miriamot manages to get a 4 with last rock
Veel plaats, veel
and
plaats,
pull this
veel
game
plaats.
into an extra end,
Oh. Nee, nee, nee,
which
keuletje.
would be a
Oh.
pretty unexpected scenario, but
Oh, oh, oh.
a pretty enjoyable one, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say also.
There would be a little bit more suspense.
So we're staying with it till the very last rock.
And
Okej.
Ott-Sigfridsson, oh, I thought she was going to go play peel on the guard, but looks like she's going to play the one in the house. Or not, or they were talking.
Jag är med på den nivån vi vill.
Taking off the guard would probably be the most safest call here.
Yep, no risk, just take that guard away. They're going to
That's what-
replace it, you take it away again, and so on.
Running the Swiss out of rocks.
Ja, stenhårt! Nej,
Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
That was certainly not what they were looking for, but, well, the guard is
Already
not there anymore. So they
Very-
accomplished that
Maria
goal.
Venner's made quite a few shots kind of like this, sort of hitting the wrong side of the rock and so on. Well,
Zet nog lekker keurlen.
they're
2.
still winning.
Poetsen, poetsen. Goed. Schön.
Nice corner guard by Carmen Kung here.
Yeah, now they're probably going to try and get that rock behind. If they don't get it, they touch the guard. You have to make sure you don't play it too wide so that you just don't go straight by and miss the whole lot. This would be the worst shot possible.
And we've got another question in on Facebook. It's from Philippine Curling. Actually, I've got a question right back at you. Are you really from the Philippines? Well,
Mama's 2.
the question is which scores happened in the semifinals between Ott and Wang and Sigfridsson and Yaki. And the score between Ott and Wang was 6-1, I think. So in favor of Ott. And it was 9-1 for Sigfridsson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Something like that anyway. So both Ott and Sigfridsson won their games with a high lead.
yeah.
That's what we can tell you for sure.
They're not particularly tight games. Yeah, we saw this Chinese skip before struggling to get her weight. She especially missed a very important draw against 4. Well, she cut to only 2 rocks, and the Swiss sold 2, and that was the deciding shot of the game.
nej, ja! Ja! Nej, nej! Rent, rent. Bra.
There's one more peel there by the Swedish team.
The Swiss still lying
No.
1 though.
Miriam not having to play in the house.
Carmen Schaffer drawing to the forefoot.
Ja, 2. 2. First.
Apparently needs quite a lot of sweeping.
First. Nog lite. Nog lite.
Tremendous
Oh.
sweeping work here.
Goed, goed.
Good shot
Beautiful
there.
rock right to the top of the button. Buried behind that red one.
But there is the double. That
And if this double takeout is going to happen, the game is over.
Yep. As we could just see there at the back of the screen, there are only 3 yellow rocks left. So if she makes a double,
And
Miriam is
this one
only
is
able to
looking
score 3. Oh, that was well played. Just didn't make the double.
Please.
But it's not over yet. The Swedes have got to make sure they get rid of one more yellow rock if they want to win. Then Miriam is not going to have enough rocks left to tie the game up. And we'll have to shake hands.
Achtung, is weiter raus, hè?
So every single yellow rock which is played from now on has to stay in the
Is
scoring area.
Ja! Fist! Naar wit!
Another rock that is swept the whole way there.
Big brushing by the Swiss front end.
Once again, it
Get it
skims
by.
Wow.
What a beautiful shot once again. And only 2 minutes left on the Swiss clock.
Which is enough to play 2 shots. She should be all right if she has to play them, of course.
So they really picked up the pace.
Because right now they're going to play a peel weight probably. Peel weight on that red rock there. And if she just hits that red rock, the yellow behind is going to go away.
So this rock is going to be what you call in tennis a match point.
Yep. If she makes this shot, you will see Miriam Ott and Carmen Schiffer shaking hands now, because they won't have any more chance to win or
So
tie
Maria
the game.
Pritz trying to win it all here at the Women's Masters 2011, the second event of the Curling Champions Tour. Big brushing. Are they able to keep it on track? And
Good.
that was it. That's the game. That's the
it.
win for Team Sweden around Margareta Sigfridsson as they just beat Miriam Ott here in the final of the Women's Masters 2011. Commentating live from Basel, this was Daniel Schifferle and Roger Golka. Roger Golka, thanks.
Well, you're welcome.
Had you
Yeah.
join me here, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah. Well, I think we had a good time watching the games there. We saw some good quality curling.
I think so too. And if you want to continue to follow what's happening on the Curling Champions Tour, check out our website. It's curlingchampionstour.org. And you can find us on Facebook as well, live curling on Lola1.tv. We are going to cover a couple of more events. Which events these are on the website www.curlingchampionstour.org. Thank you for tuning in today. We are out.